Today I'll be doing a review of the Dell Inspiron N-5050 laptop computer, which is in front of me at the moment. I got this computer back in April of 2012. April 24th was the day I bought it at Best Buy. And I actually had to leave it overnight because the people that helped me there at the store, they were going to transfer files from my old laptop to the Dell computer. And so the next day, that's when I went to go pick it up. So about this computer, this computer's been through hell. I had to get it fixed 3 times, and I actually regret it. Regret having it stop working on me 3 times. If it didn't go through hell 3 times and get repaired 3 times, everything would have been perfect till this day. As in speed and the processor and so forth. Now, I don't know much about computers. I think when I bought this computer, it had a i5 core processor built in. And then it had a 500 gigabyte hard drive, which got replaced the first time this computer stopped working. It was because of the bad hard drive, and that incident happened on August 24th, 2012. So, but this is a good computer. It's decent. The only downside I could think of is the battery. Last year, I got the message, consider replacing your battery, when the battery would drain from 100 all the way down to 0. And the battery life kept getting shorter and shorter until, I'm going to have to say, the end of October, early November 2014, the battery completely stopped working. The computer works when it's plugged in, especially when the battery's intact, but when you unplug it, which I'm actually going to do, and before I do this, I don't have anything saved right now. I'm not working on any files, so this is what happens when you plug the computer. Nothing. The message I get is 0% plugged in, not charging, which is ridiculous. See, nothing. And I actually had to download the QuickSet driver, and there's no solution. And by the way, this computer, when I first got it, it was running Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. And now I upgraded it to Windows 10, which, according to the Dell site, it hasn't been tested for this machine. And regarding devices and drivers and so forth, according to the site, when I was on there to update the Dell drivers, it mentioned that some of the features of Windows 10 won't work with the device, which is the computer itself, which is ridiculous. But Windows 10, the only downside of it being installed in this computer is that it lags a lot. I open up Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge, and it's very slow. And I think the reason why it lags a lot, even though Windows 10 is amazing, is because this computer, I'm gonna have to say October of this year, and I was reading online when this computer was released. This computer was released back in October of 2011. Maybe before. So this is an older machine. And now that I have Windows 10 installed, I actually like it. I jumped from Windows 7 all the way to Windows 10. And actually installed it on the day the operating system was released. I'm actually thinking about getting either a new laptop to replace this one since the battery doesn't work, or just going ahead and purchasing a small tablet, something more smaller than this, since this is a 15.6 inch computer. Now, I'll demonstrate what's on both sides of the PC. Okay, so you got your, I think this is a USB 2.0 port. It's next to the mic jack and the headphone jack. And then next to it is the HDMI port. And then you got your Ethernet port. And when this computer actually was in good shape, before the hard drive incident, when I first bought it, the fan was working smoothly. It actually did when I got my computer back from Best Buy the first time, after the hard drive failed and a new hard drive was replaced. It replaced the old one. And the fan worked fantastic. It also did after the second incident, which was a black screen, which happened in April of 2013, a year after I got the computer. And after I got the computer back the third time, which was in October of 2013,
Windows sign in window pass.
the fan, it stopped working. It doesn't blow air out or nothing. It's weird. And on this side you got your SD card reader. Ever since I got this computer, I kept this little plastic cover that covers the SD card slot. And good thing I kept that ever since I bought this machine all the way till now. And on this side you got, I think these are 2 or 3.0 USB ports. And then you got your DVD optical drive. And of course, on the back, you got your power adapter. And the downside is the power jack is wiggly. And check this out. After the battery stopped working last year, the power adapter that connects to the back of the computer, the cord part is starting to split, which I have to be careful with, because with electrical wires you can get shocked, and so it's split right there for some reason. And I'm careful when it comes to rolling up the laptop cord, instead of tangling it and just putting it in the computer bag. But overall, this computer, it's decent. When I first got it, I had a few problems. The left speaker would crackle, and it would cut in and out. And when I took it to Best Buy the second time, in April of 2013, the people there said that they were going to see if they can get it repaired, and they actually called me a week after I got Windows 7 installed the second time, and they told me that it was a full-blown speaker, which it works. It works just fine now. I don't know how I got it to work to the point where the speaker doesn't cut in and out. Both speakers work fantastic right now. And the right speaker's awesome too. But it was just at those times, even when I bought the computer, the left and right, actually the left speaker would just cut in and out, not the right one. But now both speakers work perfectly. So I have no complaints on the speakers now. And an issue I had with the optical drive was when you put a disc in, it would spin very loud and obnoxiously. And the third time I got this computer fixed, the third time I got Windows 7 installed once again in October 2013, towards the end of September, early October, the Geek Squad, they sent this computer out to a tech center, and they actually put a new trackpad on, and they fixed the keyboard, and they fixed the optical drive, so that was good news. So the only complaint I have with this computer right now is just the battery. And I think it's my fault, because with the battery, I would actually leave this computer on most of the time. And the reason being is because I have a Dropbox, and when you have a ton of files in Dropbox, you have to have your computer on all the time. You can't have it turned off, or else the files won't they won't sync to another folder that is in Dropbox, a folder that you share with a few people. So the battery problem was actually caused by leaving the computer on all night. And the reason being, once again, is because I share a folder with people on Dropbox, individual folders, and I put music in them, and I have to make sure to have the files that I put in the folders sync to the folders themselves, so my friends can get a copy of those files. And you have to do that over Wi-Fi. So I could have just unplugged the AC adapter at those times the battery was working, and I could have still had the long battery life I once had on this computer. And the files that I put in Dropbox could have been synced successfully, so my friends could have got the files instead of keeping this AC adapter plugged in at all times and causing the battery to fail, which it did. So that's actually one regret I have with this computer, is just leaving it plugged in. If I never had that happen, this battery would have worked just fine to this day. But you know what? This computer is going to be 4 years old, which is crazy because there's a lot of better computers out now. You know, You got the touchscreen computers with the Windows 10 now. And then you still got the Windows 8 and 8.1 PCs out there. So I'm still debating on either getting a new laptop to replace this computer or getting a tablet, because tablets are pretty cool. I messed around with the Android tablet, which I made a few videos on it. So if you want, check out the talkback videos that are on my channel. This is a long review of my Dell computer, which it's good to get in more in depth about this machine. So if I were to give this computer a review, a rating, I'd give it, right now, after all my problems were fixed, the third time I got this machine fixed in late 2013, in the fall, right now I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why is because the only issue I have is the battery. The speakers work just fine, like I mentioned. The first time I got this computer, back in April 2012, the left speaker would cut in and out. Even when you turn down the speakers, you could only hear the right speaker. But if you turned it up full blast, the left speaker would start working. And then when I got my computer fixed the second time in April of 2013, a week later I got a call from Best Buy saying that the left speaker is partially blown. And then in September 2013, the tech center that Best Buy got in contact with, they fixed the keyboard, the speaker on the left side, and the trackpad, along with the optical drive, which no longer makes loud noises when you put a DVD or a CD in it. So yeah, I would have to give this computer right now a 9 out of 10 due to the battery. If the battery was in good shape all the way till right now, and if it still had a long battery life, then I would give it a 10 out of 10, but I would have to give it a 9 out of 10 now due to the battery. And I looked on Dell's website, and I looked on other websites to get a replaceable battery and an AC adapter. They range from like 80 to 100 bucks, unless if you get them cheap on eBay or any other websites that sell cheap laptop batteries. But it wouldn't make sense to get a battery that's 80 to 100 bucks when you can go out and purchase a good budget laptop nowadays. This computer, by the way, when I got it, it was like a little over $600. So my next PC, I'm gonna go for a good budget one under $400. So my next PC is definitely gonna be an HP laptop. And I'm not saying Dell sucks. Dell, they're okay. I had many issues with them. Many issues with this computer, not the company itself. Because when I ordered the Windows 7 disk along with the Dell resource disk and a driver disk, the first time my computer stopped working in August of 2012, I called Dell and they were nice enough to send me those 3 discs. And it was still, my computer was still under warranty, which was really nice. So, never had any issues with them. I just had issues with this computer. And after updating this computer to Windows 10 on July 29th, I'm confident with the operating system to the point where I might as well get a Windows 10 laptop. And that laptop is going to be HP for sure, because HP is pretty good. I never had an HP laptop in my life before. I used one laptop that was an HP back in high school, and that computer was awesome. The battery life was amazing too. So before I go, I like to show you the case that I use for this computer. And I bought this case around $40. And I actually bought this the third time I got my computer back from Best Buy in October 2013. So this is pretty cool. It has an inside compartment. This is like an outside pocket that has little inside compartments inside. And you got one inside pocket. This pocket actually has my Snowball mic, which I'll review in the future. And I most definitely am going to have to get a new laptop, even though I think tablets are awesome too. But I'm most definitely going to get a new computer ASAP before this year comes to a close, because I do podcasting and I want to have something that has a huge improvement as battery life is concerned. And this is the second large pocket. There's two openings where you can slide the laptop in. So this is a good case, especially for the new computer. I've been looking online and I'm looking into getting a laptop that has 8 gigs of RAM and either a 750 gigabyte hard drive or 1 terabyte hard drive, which would be very helpful for me. Very helpful. And so that concludes my review of the Dell Inspiron N-5050 laptop. I apologize if I rambled on about this computer, but I need to get some stuff off my chest and explain how this computer and why this computer went through hell 3 times. But in the end, it's still working. The battery, it doesn't charge. It's at 0% plugged in, not charging. When I get the message, when I check the health status of it. And so thank you for tuning into this awesome computer review. I checked out other reviews of this machine on YouTube, and a bunch of people were saying that it's an awesome computer for gaming. So that's good. If I do get a new computer, I'm definitely gonna find one with Beats audio, because I hear Beats audio is really good. And once I get a new computer, if I don't get a tablet, I'm looking into getting a computer with a touchscreen display with Windows 10 on it. So, and I'm comfortable with Windows 10. I don't regret upgrading this computer to it. It is amazing. It's like having Windows 7 and Windows 8 and 8.1 put together. And the reason being is because it has the new operating system has Cortana built into it, which I haven't tried out yet. And the reason why I like Windows 10 is because it has a start screen. It has the search box. That wasn't Windows 7. And you activate the search box by pressing the Windows key. So, and that wasn't available in Windows 8. So, thank you for tuning into my review of the Dell Inspiron N-5050 laptop. Please subscribe for more future videos. And please give this video a thumbs up. And share this video with your friends and family. Have a great night, everybody, and God bless.